Crowds of people angry about the way U.S. President Donald Trump is running the country marched and rallied in scores of American cities on Saturday, in the biggest day of demonstrations yet by an opposition movement trying to regain its momentum after the shock of the Republicans' first weeks in office. According to Assosicted Press, in Los Angeles, huge crowds marched from Pershing Square to City Hall. Protesters assailed Trump and billionaire Elon Musk's actions on government downsizing, the economy, immigration and human rights. So-called hands-off. Demonstrations were organized for more than 1,200 locations in all 50 states by more than 150 groups, including civil rights organizations, labor unions, LBGTQ+ advocates, veterans and elections activists. The rallies appeared peaceful, with no immediate reports of arrests. Demonstrators rallied at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Saturday to protest the administration's actions on government downsizing, the economy, human rights and other issues, joining opponents of President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk in other rallies across the U.S. According to Assosicted Press, more than 1,200 hands-off demonstrations were planned by more than 150 groups, including civil rights organizations, labor unions, LBGTQ+ advocates, veterans and elections activists. The protest sites included the National Mall in Washington, D.C., state capitals and other locations in all 50 states. Protesters assailed the Trump administration's moves to fire thousands of federal workers, close Social Security Administration field offices, effectively shutter entire agencies, deport immigrants, scale back protections for transgender people and cut federal funding for health programs. Musk, a Trump advisor who owns Tesla, SpaceX and the social media platform X, has played a key role in government downsizing as the head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency. He says he is saving taxpayers billions of dollars. Here in America, Mr. Musk, justice is not for sale, Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland told the crowd. Stop trying to buy our votes. Stop ripping off our government and stop stealing our data. Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign Advocacy Group, spoke at the Washington protest, criticizing the Trump administration's treatment of the LBGTQ+ community. The attacks that we're seeing, they're not just political. They are personal, y'all, she said. They're trying to ban our books, they're slashing HIV prevention funding, they're criminalizing our doctors, our teachers, our families and our lives. This is Donald Trump's America and I don't want it, y'all. We don't want this America, y'all. We want the America we deserve, where dignity, safety and freedom belong not to some of us, but to all of us. Asked about the protests, the White House said in a statement that President Trump's position is clear: he will always protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid for eligible beneficiaries. Meanwhile, the Democrats' stance is giving Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare benefits to illegal aliens, which will bankrupt these programs and crush American seniors. Activists have staged nationwide demonstrations against Trump or Musk multiple times since Trump returned to office. But the opposition movement has yet to produce a mass mobilization like the Women's March in 2017, which brought thousands of women to Washington, D.C., after Trump's first inauguration, or the Black Lives Matter demonstrations that erupted in multiple cities after George Floyd's killing in 2020.
Here in America, Mr. Musk, justice is not for sale, and we don't raffle off state Supreme Court judgeships for million-dollar prizes. Stop trying to buy our votes, stop ripping off our government, and stop stealing our data.
We need to use everything in our toolbox. We can't afford to brush aside any part of our movement. We need mutual aid. We need protest. We need direct action. We need a legislative strategy. We need to be in the courts litigating, because I promise you, our opposition are not leaving any tools in their toolbox. They're using everything they have. Their movement is run by fear, trying to push us against one another. They would have our people believe that the reasons we can't afford rent, the reason we can't afford health care, the reason we can't afford groceries is because of other people in our own communities. Yes, we know that this system is rigged and the status quo doesn't work for Americans, but it's not rigged against the billionaires, it's rigged for the billionaires and for the corporations.
Whoa, what's up, good people? It's a beautiful day to defend democracy, isn't it? This moment that we're in, y'all, it demands more than outrage, it demands action. Because the attacks that we're seeing, they're not just political, they are personal, y'all. They're trying to ban our books. They're slashing HIV prevention funding. They're criminalizing our doctors, our teachers, our families, and our lives. This is Donald Trump's America, and I don't want it, y'all. We don't want this America, y'all. We want the America we deserve, where dignity, safety, and freedom belong not to some of us, but to all of us, y'all.